just immediately says 14 months later. So this is them being over a year of being the Avengers. The world knows who they are. They are the
Yeah,
government's Avengers for 14 months after the movie ended. So we know like they're
right.
well established now as the new Avengers too.
Yeah, and they're still getting backlash because
Yeah.
even in the end credit scene here, you have Yelena, saying to Bucky, like, dude, what if, like, Sam makes an Avengers team?
Well, yeah. Well, and we see that we hear that Sam has made one. So that's why the planet, I guess, maybe US planet is giving them so much backlash because there's two teams now.
Yeah, there's two Avengers teams, and then Sam did the smart thing and he copywrote the name. And now, then you have, Red Guardian come out with the Avengers with a Z
Yeah.
at the end. You can't be copywritten if it's not the
Yeah.
same name,
He's like, Sam
Avengers.
is stupid, man, but I am smart. I came up with the solution. Avengers.
And
And
then
then you
you
have all
like
the
the
sponsors.
product placement, yeah.
Which
Um,
callback to me made me think of, and here's where I've not heard nobody say this. Like I've not even heard new rock stars, nobody else say this. That to
mhm.
me was a callback to Fantastic Four 2, Rise of Silver Surfer, because Johnny Storm, Chris Evans, literally comes out. I think it's the first one or the second one. He comes out with the name, or it comes out with their blue suit, and then it's got sponsors all over it. He's like, guys, I got sponsors. He's like, check it out. They're like, that is tacky. And it's literally sponsors all over it. I think that's a callback to that because of what we see in the scene is
Oh
Fantastic
my
Four.
God.
Yeah.
I wish I had a photo to show for that. I didn't even think about that. I never even thought about that.
Yeah. And I've not heard nobody say this. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, Chris Evans as Human Torch does the same thing with a zip up deal with sponsors
Yeah.
on it and the Fantastic Four logo, and then they're getting ready to see the Fantastic Four, rocket. And so like I'm like, how's nobody caught this? How's nobody caught this?
I haven't
So
I
if
can't
you
tell
didn't
you
know
the
that,
last
you heard
time I
it here
actually
first.
watched like Fantastic Four all the way through. But absolutely, that's amazing. That's another yet callback. Maybe that's why we're gonna have Chris Evans in Doomsday. Because aren't we supposed to have Chris Evans? Or
That's
did we
rumored.
not get his name?
It's not confirmed.
Okay, I couldn't
That's
remember
just
if we got
rumored.
his name on a chair or
Yeah.
not. Um,
Um, but yeah, oh, I was gonna say, oh, well, we hear Bucky say he had a talk with Sam about them being the real Avengers, and he's like, that talk went poorly. And I'm like,
yeah,
now I can't help but like, how would that go poorly? Because last time we seen Sam and Bucky together was in Brave New World, and Bucky was there supporting Sam, but now Sam's not about it. And so, like, what's the reason? Is it because of Sentry? He knows how powerful and mentally unstable he is and how big of a danger he could be. That's why he's not budging on that. And we know Sam has
yeah,
worked with mental health, and people and veterans and stuff. So maybe that's why he knows how volatile it could be. And it's not something super,
mm,
controlled that could be, always good. And
yeah.
that's the only thing I can come up with on that. Do you have any other reasons why you think Sam would like completely disagree with Bucky? Like, no, we're the Avengers, not y'all.
I think maybe because he had the president himself ask him to make an Avengers team, and
Okay.
then, Bucky was talking to him about making an Avengers team, and he
Mm-hmm.
kind of like shot it down. So then now Bucky came out with his, but then maybe Sam was like, all right, well, you didn't ask me or the Falcon, the new
Yeah.
Falcon, right, to be
Yeah.
a part of your team. Well, fuck you. I'm gonna make my own team now. And maybe he's salty and he's butthurt because his
Yeah.
best friend, the Winter Soldier, didn't actually ask him to be part of his team, and he's just like, man, I can do so much better than them. And they had the
Or
knockoff Captain America.
that's what I was
I'm
about
the
to
real
say.
Captain America.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or is it just simply because he's Wyatt Russell, as John Walker? Is it because of him? And he's like, oh hell no. You got a couple
Yeah,
reasons, about two or three reasons there, right there. So I'm sure we'll find out. I'm sure they are not going to sit there and say that it went poorly and then not give us some little quick nod to it later on. I guarantee you, we're going to hear a little comment made about it, at least
yeah,
a
but I don't
passing
think we're
comment.
gonna. I think that it'll be like maybe in a TV series that we hear about it, maybe.
I don't think
If
we'll even get a
anything. But if
scene or nothing about it. I think we'll just get like a passing joke that will be like, oh, that's why
Oh,
he
like
was.
an interview?
No, 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 no. I think like say Avengers Doomsday's happened, and Kevin Feige's already said that all these teams, X Men, both Avenger teams, they're all teaming up to go against Doom. I think,
Fantastic Four, yeah.
yeah, yeah, Fantastic Four. I think we'll see a scene real quick where Bucky and Sam talk, and it's going to be
Mm,
like a 2 sentence thing, and it's going to be just two
okay.
sentences.
No, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. I thought you were trying to say that it was going to be before that
Oh
Avengers
no.
Doomsday, but
Gotcha.
no, I absolutely do think that it would be an Avengers Doomsday. Like I don't think,
Yeah.
like you said, I don't think that it would be in a TV show, but I was just trying to think of something that was before
Yeah.
Doomsday that would like gloss over like kind of what happened or at least like
Right.
make a nod to it. Like how we would hear about it. But yeah. Um
And
but
also, a little
yeah.
fun fact: the Russo brothers directed this post-credit scene, and so it's
Yeah.
just another reason why this scene is literally leading straight into Doomsday, is because the Russo brothers don't do things like that unless it's leading directly into their project. Because they've actually done this
Mm,
before in the past on MCU films where they weren't over that movie, but they directed
okay.
that post-credit scene because it directly led into their film.
Oh, well,
So
for me, not really, knowing that, like I was like, okay, well, we had a quick turnaround nod to uh, Red Hulk, right? Where
right,
Valentine was, she was talking about the president turning into Red Hulk, and now we literally had seen the spaceship,
right,
kind of roll over and show the four. So I'm like, okay, so maybe because we see the four and we know it's the Fantastic Four ship,
right.
it's leading into Fantastic Four. Because if we
Mhm,
just had the quick turnaround of nods of cool that we just saw
mhm,
Brave New World. Now we're talking about Brave New World, and literally the next movie, Brave New World, came out in February. This one came out in May.
right.
Like,
So with Fantastic Four come out in July, I know you would think like that scene would lead up to that, but I think that scene that we seen at the post credit scene of
no, I think it's like
Thunderbolts
the end.
of Fantastic Four,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
that
that's what I was
that
gonna
would be
say.
like the end.
Yeah,
Um, I was just saying that it's like a nod to like what's about to happen in Fantastic Four. Like where you like get ready because Fantastic Four is probably going to end in this way, or this is definitely like they're all going to be
mhm.
together. So
Well, I think the reason Russo brothers did it was because like this is the end of the Thunderbolts. We get 14 months after they show that Fantastic Four because like we were saying, we both think it's that's happening after the Fantastic Four movie, and so
mhm.
Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts is both going straight into Russo brothers Avengers Doomsday, and I think
Okay.
that's why they were over it, I believe.
Yeah,
Because
no,
like
that
whatever
does make
happens
sense.
from that moment, them seeing it, and whatever happens with whoever gets out of that spaceship, that we don't necessarily know who exactly is in the spaceship, but
Could just be Herbie.
right. But the Russo brothers will be over all of these characters next time we see them on screen after
Yeah,
after Fantastic Four movie. And I'm so ready for
yeah.
that movie. Oh my god, I'm so ready for that movie.
Well, July keeps on getting closer and closer every
It
day.
is. It is. Also, real quick, I don't know why I said real quick, but Sam, we know has an Avengers team, right? Who do you think is on his team? Shang-Chi?
Well, I definitely think that I don't know so much Shang-Chi, but I definitely think obviously Falcon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, maybe Ant-Man?
Yeah. I say Ant-Man for sure. Thor. I think
Okay.
Thor definitely. I think Shang-Chi because we've seen all right, so we know Doctor Strange and Clea took off into the dark dimension, right? That's the last time we see them. But we see Wong with Shang-Chi and Aquafina, Katie, I think's her name on there. I'll call her by her real name. But we see Wong, talking to them and dealing with Bruce and or not Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers in that last scene. So I think Wong, obviously would connect being part of, the Avengers and all of them, and he'll probably introduce Shang Chi. And I think Shang Chi's. I think I'm calling it. I could be wrong, but I think Shang Chi's gonna be a part of the Sam's Avengers as well, just because he's already working with Banner, Carol Danvers,
Mhm.
and Wong.
Hmm. I don't know.
But
I didn't
yeah,
really think about like I know that that new Rockstars like has their pick, but I haven't really thought like obviously I do think that Falcon is going to be a part of his team.
right.
I want to say Ant-Man, but then after that I'm like okay, but if you're saying that Shang-Chi because of Wong, then I'm like thinking Ned, the
Well, I'm
man in the
saying,
chair
yeah. Well, I mean, well, I
from
don't think we'll
Spider-Man.
see. I don't know how much more we'll get of Ned till Spider-Man though, because I don't think we'll see Spider-Man till Spider-Man Brand New Day. So that's why I think
Well,
I say I'm
that's
not
the thing is
saying
that he doesn't have to be. Spider-Man doesn't have to be in it
right. It's
in
true.
order for you
Well,
to see Ned,
and I
because he
wasn't
does the
saying
sling ring thing.
Shang-Chi just because of Wong, but because Bruce and Carol has been working with Shang-Chi too. Captain Marvel and the Hulk have been working with Shang-Chi as well.
I don't remember that.
So at the end of Shang-Chi, when they're talking about the bracelets and the signal they're sending off, you have Wong and Shang-Chi and Aquafina, Katie in the same room, and then you have Bruce Banner and Carol Danvers as a hologram talking to Shang-Chi, saying, "Strap in, you're in for a ride with us." Like
Okay. Yeah,
this,
it's just it's been a while since I've
yeah.
seen that, but I mean, like hmm, I
And then
don't
the other
know if
question, oh, go ahead.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know like if they would be on like his side, because now I'm thinking of like when we had like Bucky with Captain America against like Iron Man, and
Civil War.
yeah.
Hmm.
And I was just trying to think of like that lineup of who was on each side, and I can't even think of everybody that was on each side off the top of my head.
Yeah, so you had
Um,
Black Panther, Iron Man, Spider-Man that were together, Vision, and Rhodey. That was on one team. Then you had Cap, Bucky, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye, and there was one more. I'm drawing a blank.
Ant-Man.
And Ant Man that was on that team. It was 5 on 5.
And that's why I'm like, okay, like I want to say that I think that Ant-Man is on Sam's side,
Yeah, I do too.
but if he's
Even
worked with Bucky before,
I think Ant Man's still with them because I think remember they had the in Ant Man, Sam and Ant Man had their little scuffle, and it started off a little rough and they hated each other. But then last time I think we seen them cross paths, like everything was cool. Oh yeah, in game obviously, everything was cool, and he's like, we're not going to talk about that. So I think they're good now. So
okay,
after Endgame, from what we last seen them converse, but then also
yeah,
like Sam's Avengers because like Thunderbolt New Avengers have the original Avengers Tower. Where do you think the new Avengers base is for Sam's group?
maybe it's at the place that Tony Stark moved into, the mansion,
Okay.
like with
Hmm.
the
You
glass,
think you think
like
maybe like Pepper probably kept it and like let them keep it as the Avengers?
I don't know.
Yeah. So many questions. So many questions out there. And then also like my only other last thing is like after seeing that Fantastic Four rocket ship come in, and then we see the trailer Fantastic Four, and it's like, man, did they save their planet? But then there's another reason they're coming to our universe for don't know what, or are they coming there because they couldn't save their planet and they left it and left all the whole world to die?
I think only July will tell.
I
Or
know.
maybe them leaving because they said they are the protectors of the world. Maybe they thought that Galactus would follow them with the Silver
Right.
Surfer.
Yeah, because there's theories out there too that like even though they protected the world, they stopped Galactus doing it. Galactus still wants their kid Franklin because you know what he's capable of, and so maybe they're trying to lead Galactus away from them, and Galactus is on chase, and they know the only way to get away from Galactus in this universe is to hop universes, and that's why they do it to save their kid and themselves, but also as well saves
Yeah,
the planet because Franklin's no longer there on the planet.
exactly. So
Yeah,
maybe it's a twofer, if you will.
I hope it's that. That's what that last one. That's what I hope it is. So.
Yeah, I hope that they're not like just like fuck that
Yeah,
world.
and oh, one
Peace
last
I'm
thing,
out.
it slipped me when we were talking about that last credit scene. It was really cool to hear that we already know the incursion's happening on 616 because she says we've already got the report that we're running out of space and outer space, and it cracked me up when John Walker's like, "This building's huge, right?" She's like,
It's
"Outer space."
enormous.
Yeah,
Outer space.
so that's
Oh,
cool that like they know they don't maybe know all the details, but like we know
yeah.
that an incursion now is taking place where our universes are. So
Yeah, but that
that's
also means
exciting,
that all of the Marvels aren't like talking to the new Avengers because they don't know what's happening, which means also Nick Fury isn't talking to the new Avengers
right? Right. They're probably like talking with since they're out of the loop.
with
We
Sam's
know they're
team.
probably talking about
Yeah.
Sam's team. Yeah, yeah, and then also they should be putting a plan together to try to hop a universe to go save Monica Rambeau out of whatever X-Men universe we've seen her in last. So
Unless the X-Men are planning on coming over to that universe to start talking with them because they think that they have something, you never know because Professor X can see like all the mutants
right,
and what is a hero but a mutant, you know?
right. There's so many things that could happen. I'm so ready. July better hope get here. What sucks is like July happens, and before we see like
And
a
then you
big,
have to wait a whole year.
we have to wait a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, but we still have TV shows
Well, yeah,
to
we have
look
stuff
forward
in
to.
between, but dang. But
It'll be okay. We'll be okay.
I think that's about. I could probably keep going on, but I think that's about all I got for this.
Yeah.